order of weapons that affect the rest of the world. As the world has become increasingly stratified by economics, so too has the nature of compassion. Increasingly, compassion is colored by one's wealth. We cut taxes primarily by taking away resources we have traditionally provided for families. We have continued to shrink monies given to those who cannot afford a place to live, or nutritious food, or who cannot afford to go to college without assistance. We take the resultant savings and give them to those who are least in need, such that now even the great American middle class is now disappearing. Increasingly, those with great wealth are not sitting on the top of the hill as we used to describe wealth. They're now in the clouds above us, disconnected from the sights, sounds, and smells of our lives. Their eyes are focused on those who are above them who have even greater wealth. Our plight does not concern them, since they have been encouraged to see us as somehow different human beings. Some of them are so disconnected from our reality that in recent years, several billionaires have come out to complain that they do not deserve this negative image. And then in turn, they turn the tables by saying that in fact, poor people are not being oppressed, it's the wealthy who are being oppressed. So clearly great wealth does not mean inner peace, does not mean generous souls. To achieve inner peace, you must actually give your life to and for others. And to give your life, you must interact with the world around you. Peace will not occur merely looking inward or only interacting with those who are like you. In the U.S., too often when we speak of building relationships between groups who differ from each other, we set our goal to build tolerance. We're taught that tolerating other groups is the measure of success. Less often do we hear of brotherhood, sisterhood, togetherness, love, caring. Tolerance. What a weird goal. Who actually wants to be tolerated? Tolerance can be achieved by merely existing alongside others, with little interaction, with little intersection. Indeed, tolerance is a relatively easy thing to achieve. We merely exist side by side in silos of life, conversing only with those who are like ourselves. Tolerance actually is the death of any society, since the wealth of knowledge, insight, culture, intelligence, beauty, history exists separately from each group. This is what has happened to those of great wealth in our country. They tolerate the rest of us, but see their lives shrivel into meanness and aloofness. That they cannot find peace is related to being disconnected from life, real life. By definition, life is about diversity. Inner and societal peace comes from diversity. Much of the war and conflict in the world ultimately comes back from a lack of inner peace, being isolated from the full range of what it means to be a human being, thus being isolated from a diverse life. Isolation is boredom. Boredom is actually death. Diversity means many things. It means difference, a sense of possibilities, being incomparable, changeable, multiple. Diversity is the cornerstone to life, not merely human life. Biodiversity is so important to our survival that without it, we'll die as a species, but also as a planet. But biodiversity in healthy form means that we're better enabled to confront problems and fight off diseases. Moreover, diversity is closely tied to another magical phenomenon called creativity. Diversity leads to creating new ideas, to innovation. When you're only with those who live life as you do, innovation and creativity is stifled. Differences create sparks, and those sparks commonly lead to seeing ideas, life, and problems in unique and different ways. Diversity also leads to increased adaptability. A diverse community can provide a greater variety of solutions to problems we all face. People with diverse backgrounds bring their individual talents and experiences together and are thus more flexible in adapting to changing environments. What you know, I don't. And what you don't know,